Well, hey Aries, how about a reading from your metal dog? We're looking at what's coming in 2023. Get you a little advice and get us started out here. I'm going to pull a bunch of cards. We're going to get right into it. Why wait? Start with a little overall energy from the Tarot of the She. What's going on with Aries? We get the Elder. This is traditionally the Hierophant, and here we see a revision, a correction, really, to that Adam and Eve story. The Hierophant, structural power, divine connection here in a very beautiful, natural, earthy way. Okay, what's going on the bottom of the deck for Aries? A little tiredness, a little waiting, a little, okay. Let's see here. We get Warrior 9, Guardian. It's a kind of a beautiful, this is a 9 of Wands. Really beautiful energy in this card. Different feel. So Warrior 9, this is in the fire. It's your element, Aries. And the Warrior 9 is, well, I just really see you protecting yourself. Here you can see your wings are wrapped around you. And there's this energy. It's almost like a circle that has been cast around you to protect yourself as you finish a journey here. When you're in 9, you're almost there. When you're in the 9 of Wands, it can be quite tired at this point. But the determination to go on and to protect yourself and preserve your energy here is really clear. We also see Temperance here. There's a waiting energy, a waiting for the right mixture, the alchemizing of the energy of fire, of moon and sun, a balancing of elemental energies. And there's a little bit of cynicism in you here, my dear. You're looking a little bit, looking at the past, into the waters, into your emotional disappointments, and you're not really seeing this one here who's trying to get your attention. You're so caught up in how things used to be that you're not able to see what's happening here. So let me actually go ahead and look at Temperance for a little bit here. All of these major arcana in this deck have really cool different meanings. So I want to bring this in for you, Aries. Sun within moon, fire within ice. I am the healing waters of the tempered soul. From one comes all, and from all I come, the secret balance that must be kept. So this is about balance, moderation, taking your time. And it can take a long time, a lot longer than you want. And so that's why I think we have you in a little bit of exhaustion and self-protection. This has been going on for a while, and you're tired. But there is a kind of resolution ahead, a balance, a beauty. You can see, if you think about the Christian apple snake woman relationship, their intention. This is a tree of knowledge of good and evil, and within a pagan, she being a pagan fairy, Tarot of the She, from Celtic traditions, we can see that there is this is the overarching energy that I think is going to free you from this exhaustion and help you find balance and health. But we are all reflecting on the past, and we are all examining our ideals of happiness right now. And this is coming up in Aries reading as well. Let's ask some more specific questions to give Aries guidance in this process here. 2023, what's going on? What will Aries release? What will Aries embrace? What might you need to review? What is hidden from you, and what may the future bring? Let's see. And then we'll clarify. We'll get a little idea of where you're headed, Aries. Okay, so what are you releasing? A Four of Wands. This is a marriage. You're releasing this. It can be an ideal where it was like where you got to be yourself with the person that got you. It could be friends, community, family. Four of Wands. It's actually a place where you got to be yourself. Very stable because you have the Four Wands. It can be like the four legs of a table. So you could feel like everything's up on this, was out in the open. You saw it clearly. You got to be out in the open. It's very stable, safe. And it's a lovely ideal. And it's not that it was bad or wrong. It's just, it's time to let that go somehow in some way. It doesn't mean you leave it. If you're in a marriage, it doesn't mean you leave your marriage. But there's some kind of letting go of something that has been as you embrace a Three of Wands. There's some new vision coming in. You've manifested something and it's coming in. It's a new idea here. And it's coming and you're meant to embrace that new thing. You revisit here, and we're revisiting because we've got Mercury, planet of communication. We mostly hear about Mercury retrograde. You also have Mars in retrograde, has been since October, and Uranus is in retrograde and has been for a while, and Uranus is a slow mover, so you got the past month. So Page of Pentacles, this was like a real 3D beginning of somebody perhaps offered you something real. Could be a job, could be a relationship. Something real was offered to you recently, and you're just looking at that. And it doesn't mean you don't take it. It just means you're looking at it. You're reviewing it. You're reflecting on it. All the retrograde kind of things that we do. What's hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know? There is some kind of victory. There's recognition. People, in the previous card, a Five of Wands, there's conflict over whose idea will prevail. This says this idea prevails. It's probably your idea, but we will clarify. You don't see this yet, so you might be feeling a lack of recognition at the moment, but it's coming in. Or there's some idea that you need to recognize. Somebody else's idea. Well, usually it's your victory. I don't know why it's coming in as somebody else's. The cat agrees. Okay. So we have the future. Interesting. That's awesome. Thanks, Zoe. The future. This is the same card in a totally different deck that Libra got for the future, and we are all doing this. We're all changing our minds. The Six of Swords. Swords being your mind, your ideas, and in the Six of Swords, you move yourself. Sometimes there's somebody else in the boat with you. Here, it's just you. You change your mind about something. You release one paradigm and bring in a new one, and it makes for a much calmer life. And that's what this elder represents here. It's like you've been battling along through sheer willpower. And you're disappointed in whatever. There's some need for temperance, right? So temperance, it can have to do with, I don't know why this comes in, addiction. The devil is usually a card of addiction, but temperance would be an answer, right? Perhaps you're trying to temper something. and it's causing you to feel blue. Let's see, maybe there's a different way of going about this. We'll find out here. Let me look at what's going on the bottom of this deck. It's a really beautiful deck. It's a new deck. I'll just show you. This is the bottom. It's just a very sparkly, beautiful deck that my good friend gave me for Christmas. And the card is actually here on the bottom. We have a few cards. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, you're doing what other people are doing, but you know, it's in an Aries way. So there's this new job. It's a new house. It's whatever. I think it's what this one's offering, right? It's something new, a new beginning, and it's in that very practical, earthly, 3D realm. There's some resistance here. I'm not quite sure what the resistance is. Because I see this one idea prevailing, it suggests there's a need for, there's a confrontation with other ideas that, the Six of Wands, its victory doesn't last long before you're in the Seven, and you're having to defend yourself, your identity, your ideal, your idea from advice of others. There is justice. We're all seeing justice come up in our readings. So this is the truth, and this is a balancing. Like with the Seven of Wands, this resistance has to do with justice and what seems fair. It can very much be about a legal decision, because we see you releasing this. It can be something literally in the court of law in some way, a marriage, a divorce, or something like that. A Hierophant is here, also speaks of marriage, church and state, structural power. These are big structural powers here. We see anxiety coming up for you. We've kind of got a sense that you're uncomfortable, that your mind is uncomfortable, insomnia. And then, let me just put all this together. It's quite a lot. Last card is a Ten of Pentacles. This is your ideals of wealth, of security, of success in the everyday 3D world. But it can also be here, I think in this narrative, we can see that you're achieving that, because we start with a 1 and you end this little underlying narrative with a 10. So it suggests like this is a long cycle that's laid out here before us for 2023. I see you confronting structural power, perhaps through the legal system, Aries, or in some kind of social justice way, confronting structural power, being confronted by it, and that this causes anxiety, but ultimately you end up with your Ten of Pentacles. I just see, because we can see in the future this change of your mind. What that means may not be what you think it means. Like, this is what you've thought you wanted, but you've manifested something else, and that's coming in, and that it looks like a process that's a little bit uncomfortable. You're getting there, but ultimately you get there. So let's clarify. We will clarify with my pocket tarot of my very first deck, which I have still, the Tarot of the Wild Unknown. Feels like talking these days. All right, so Aries is releasing a Four of Wands. Normally I don't really read about marriage, because I'm queer, right? So even though I legally have a right to it, to me the Four of Wands is, when it's something that we have to release, it comes in more as an ideal of where you are yourself and your true self. And that there was something that fit and now it doesn't fit. And so it's time to release that. But let's see. The tarot always knows more than I do. So there, I saw this for you before. There's a little daughter of pentacles. This is the same card here. All right, so this is the one that's bringing in this sort of gentle, real gift. There is, could literally be a daughter, but it's a young energy. Some kind of truth happened here. Truth, Ace of Swords. It's a difficult thing sometimes to get this truth. It's wrapped eternally in this rainbow snake. Suggests, and we can see the Daughter of Pentacles under the rainbow here. Let's see. I'm really thinking that let me grab one more. Father of Swords. Okay, beautiful. So the Father of Swords, he's our intellectual, but he has this rainbow sword. The sword, as you know, represents your mind, and it represents the truth, and it represents knowledge. So with the Father of Swords, he's carrying this sword that represents justice. The rainbow in this deck comes in with justice. It's about social justice. It's about the alignment of heart and mind when we have a Father of Swords. Yeah, so there's something in the realm of your family love, of your community, of your family. Perhaps a child has come in with this child has somehow brought a truth. A young person has brought a truth, and it has. When you get to be the Father of Swords, I always think of him as being wise, like an owl, but also that this wisdom has not been easy to come by. It's been the result of learning how to wield the truth with kindness and generosity instead of with a harshness. Just because you have the truth doesn't mean that you should hurt others with it. So I feel like the Father of Swords has learned this, has used the sword in battle, a battle of wills perhaps, in conflict, and has learned how much that can hurt and has tempered that with a connection to the heart. And that is speaking very much to me about you coming in here as justice, learning to use that truth with an emotionally balanced approach. These often speak to me of a Two of Cups, justice, that mirroring that of, we have the truth, but we also have the context and the emotional, what's emotionally at stake, and balancing that here. Okay, so whatever happened there, it has caused you to need to release your ideal of family or revise it. Somehow you need to let go of whatever you think of when I hold up the Four of Wands, that stable place where you got to be yourself. You needed to release something there. And now you've manifested something new and it's coming in, and you're to embrace this. It's pretty great, Aries. Good for you. What is this? This is, there's your Four of Wands. It's a new vision of this. It's this card. It doesn't look at all the same. It's also, so this is the old one and here's a new one. It's a new ideal of this. And I like this deck. It's really up to your imagination. We can't see clearly in this card what this is, but perhaps the next two cards will help us see what you have manifested. It's coming in fast. The Chariot has a lot of momentum. This is a Cancerian card, so your fellow cardinal sign Cancer is here. And the Lovers. Wow, something new indeed. Right, and this is all under the sun. Your ideal of happiness, authenticity, and wish fulfillment. So there was an old place that you thought of yourself being yourself, and something happened. The truth has been known, and you're owning this truth, and it's not been easy. But from understanding that, you've manifested something new. It's coming in fast, and it could be your lover, your romantic, your intellectual, your spiritual, mind, body, soul, heart, all connecting here, this lovers. That could be what is coming in. You manifested it. It could also be some other choice, right? So the lovers is your like absolute match of a person, but because when that absolute match of a person comes in, it's scary as hell. And a lot of people won't pick it because it's too scary. They'd rather be safe than have this lover. And so a lot of the time they don't choose it. And of course I don't get that, right? I'm a Scorpio. I'm going to go for it, right? But many don't. So what we see here is a choice. And that is a wide open category for you. So if you manifested a vision, it's coming in, and you know what that is. It's some kind of a choice. Let's review. That's maybe what's coming in, this sweet little daughter of Pentacles. So you might be reviewing this the truth that came through this daughter of Pentacles. Let's see. This is a review session. Get another young energy, the Daughter of Wands. Fire, your element. Also the card of the foreigner, of the queer, the outside perspective. There is a change. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. This is change. It's the divine turning fortune, usually in your favor, but definitely a change in fortune recently. And a decision. Here's your Lover's card on a much smaller scale. Swords, your mind. It's a decision or an indecision. It looks like, so the Two of Swords is a dilemma. In this particular Two of Swords, you can see there's an eclipse. There's something that's blocking the light. Usually what that means is you've been refusing outside advice on this. You want this Daughter of Wands to change, and you want them to change in your favor. And I see the sword here. Remember, you get this insight with this daughter. I think you need to look at what happened here. Maybe you need some outside input on this here. Whoever this young person was that brought this truth into you, you're basically blocking this truth. And when you review this, you'll see you're blocking the truth. You're refusing to see it. Two of Swords suggests, and so does this. This suggests this resistance. You have insomnia. You have anxiety. You got some feels about this. This is, so there's a challenge here between, I saw you coming in as justice, you know, heart, mind. Then you're confronting structural power in some way. Perhaps the young person here brings the challenge to, there's something about the Four of Wands structure, what seemed stable, that's being challenged here, right? And this is the same card as this. Okay, this is to me, this is kind of a new way of understanding structural power with the feminine, the divine feminine here, sitting on the throne in both cases. I like this Daughter of Wands. I like what they're bringing in for you. And I'm not sure why it's causing you so much anxiety. You're confronting this. You're kind of refusing this. And that's what this choice is. Like, Embrace this. I feel like it's coming in with the Chariot. It's beautiful. It's like such beautiful energy. It's your own vision, you know. This is your vision. You wanted this, and it's coming in. It's coming in fast, but you're blocking it here. The source of you having to give up the old way is blocking you from receiving the new way. And that's why the Lovers is here. You may refuse this manifestation because of whatever happened here with this person, this daughter, this page, this young person that has brought you change. And I actually see you want them to change instead of wanting to change yourself. But let's see. There's a victory here. It's hidden from you. Let's find out more about the tarot wants you to know about the Six of Wands. It could be that, yeah, let's just find out. I feel like it's somebody else's victory, not yours. So there's this, why people are getting this Four of Cups and this Four of Cups. I've been there, done that. Nothing ever turns out the way I want it to. Meanwhile, I'm missing out on this. That's here. Then what? There's you manifesting, the Magician. You have all the tools, the sword, the pentacle, the cup, the wand. You have the power to make the world you want to make. If you turn away from this Four of Cups, small world view, I don't trust. You know, the thing about a Four of Cups is you're looking backwards. Like this looks backwards on the table to the past. You're looking at like what you've always got and you've never been emotionally fulfilled. The problem is you shouldn't be so arrogant, Aries, as to think that you've seen it all. There's just so much in creation that you cannot know. You can't know the possibilities here. One more card to clarify. And there's your absolute happiness, the Sun. Yes, if you quit looking backwards and saying, I never get what I want, and you look forward, the Magician is looking forward. You can see the sun shining out. The sun is authenticity. It's wish fulfillment. It's the happiest card in the tarot. And here it is. You're manifesting that. Collectively, we're revising our ideal of happiness, right? Four of Wands said that. You're letting go of an old ideal. You're welcoming in a new one. It's beautiful. You're unable to really see it sometimes or in some way because you're blocking the sun because you don't want to listen to what's being told to you by this young voice. This Daughter of Wands. So here I think the victory of the Daughter of Wands, perhaps, this wand here. If you recognize what they're telling you, you'll be able to get this. You'll be able to see your way to do the things that the Magician can do with the tools the Magician has, which are all of the tools. But you need to acknowledge what the Daughter of Wands has said and free yourself from the past because it's keeping you in the poopy pants place. It has to do with your cups. There's something for somebody here because Temperance is here. Somebody got a message about their drinking. And there's something about your drinking, the past. And if it's not about that, because I think that's just a very specific message for somebody. But I would say, like, somebody young told somebody here in Aries that the way that they're drinking, or the way that they're doing emotion, which is our cups, is a problem. And you're blocking that. If it's about your drinking or if it's about your emoting, you're blocking it because it's really painful to see this. It's hard to change. But when you block it, you don't get this fantastic new vision. You're stuck in a past vision. So if you recognize what this young one is saying, it will free you. Okay? That's the message. It will free you. You get to move on to your ideal of emotional peace. And that's what the Six of Swords is about. If you follow this advice, Tarot suggests, you'll get somewhere to calmer waters. You're going to feel good when you get there. But all this resistance, it's just causing you to feel up at night, right? You're conflicted, but you're resisting. Something you're resisting. That's why I see that. Yeah, and somebody gave you a gift, and you're resisting it. And the person who gave you this gift is this person, the young one, the daughter, who's also kind of bringing in an idea that challenges your whole vision of the world and who you are, how it should be. You want them to change, they need you to change. Acknowledge what they're asking you. Okay, future, Six of Swords. It's a good future. Father of Pentacles. Mr. Security King has all the abundance, got those rainbow antlers, justice. It's as if you've received the gift that this little daughter of Pentacles has offered you. What else? There's the Hierophant. We already knew this. The Hierophant is here 3 times, okay? There's a revision of structure here. There's an insight coming in. There's a key. It suggests wisdom. Wow. What else? One last thing. One other card. Ooh! The Seven of Swords. Okay, Seven of Swords comes up for me a lot lately, Aries. Here we got the secretive little fox hiding a truth. This could be you keeping the truth from yourself. Right. Seven of Swords. So I'm thinking about numbers. So here's a Six of Swords. This is the future, right? In the future, we see you receiving the gift, this pentacle. We see, like this could be a teacher, a mentor, counselor, therapist, sponsor, somebody that's going to help you out. They represent this new structural power, perhaps, of the Hierophant that we see here. The woman-centered Hierophant, as opposed to like the traditional Pope. Or, as seen here, the Elder. This is an ancient pre-Christian tradition of positive relations with earth, with nature. It's a different. So we can see you protecting yourself here, waiting, temperance, finding that, seeking balance, perhaps that's, and then we see this, the past. You're focused on the past and you're not seeing, I think this is this daughter of Pentacles, this young person who's like got something emotionally liberating for you, really. It's often like an Ace of Cups, like a new love that you're not seeing because you're focusing on the, every time I fall in love, it doesn't work out. So the future, the Six of Swords, you receive this gift. It feels like it significantly changes the way that you see the world. Because the Father of Pentacles is like that masculine security king. And then we have these feminine, ancient, or new ideals of the Hierophant. And I guess this Seven of Swords, little fox hiding this one truth. It could be very private. It's secretive. It can actually be a lie. that needs to get cleared up. I feel like you have the truth, and you've accepted the truth. It's taken you somewhere calmer. But there's still something that you're keeping to yourself here. And maybe that's good. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is like, it's privacy, right? Or, I don't know. You have a truth. It remains private. But ultimately, it's a strange ending to the reading. Ultimately, let me show you what's going on the bottom. And I have seen this. One card. It's a card of judgment, of ascension, of if you do things right, you get to rise to the next level of the video game of life. This is the scale of this reading is significant, Aries. And I'm going to just say I'm going to have a question mark on the Seven of Swords, partly because this card's coming up to torture me quite a bit and cause me to reflect on my own practices around being direct, about being honest, and my need for secrecy, and the idea, you know, remember we go back to this is in your release, like this owl has this rainbow sword, and it's that practice of using the truth in a loving way. And so I feel like this comes in, that helps me see this as like restraint of pen and tongue. And that gets you to calmer waters, and it gets you into this ascension. I would never advise you to lie. I would never advise you to omit. I would definitely say that this reading suggests that you learn to use the truth with love and generosity, and restraint of pen and tongue. That is being advised here. The future is beautiful. It's very 3D. It's this vision here. This is coming in for you to embrace. It's real. The Pentacles tell us it's real. It's in the real realm. I feel like it's the result of accepting instead of resisting this gift. It's not a comfortable gift. It's a truth. It's a Daughter of Wands truth. It's the kind that causes you to change, but you're resisting and you want them to change instead. So when you accept this, you can manifest as the magician, the sun. You can ascend. And yeah, it's very powerful transformation of your ideas in some way that allows you to get out of this exhaustion. To me, this is the most telling image of where you are, how you're feeling, self-protecting, and how you can get into a new spring. It's spring here. So quit guarding against and resisting. Quit doing this to this idea from the outside. When you accept this idea, all will be well. I know it's not easy, Aries. Let me know. This is a very interesting reading. Okay, have a beautiful day.